What's going on, everybody? Dustin right here with more of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so I can help you through your path. Before I get into anything, please go ahead and like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome. Thank you so much for listening to the silly things I have to say. Now, let's get right into it.
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. and cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Guess I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different. God's plan, God's plan.
The 2020 mortgage crisis. Let me explain from everything that I'm seeing, everything that I'm hearing, everything that I'm studying. So, we have a homeowner or a renter who is no longer paying their rent, no longer paying their mortgage. Now, a lot of people are assuming that you're not going to have to pay that back to the mortgage company, okay? That they're giving you this forbearance, okay? You don't have to pay for 90 days. Sometimes it's 6 months, 12 months, whatever the systems they have in play for you as a forbearance to give you that relief for those payments. But what they're not telling you is that after the forbearance relief is up, the payments are due. All those payments, let's say if you didn't pay 3 months for your mortgage, and it was $2,000, $246 is owed as soon as that's up. And what happens now is a lot of homeowners are not going to be able to pay that amount that's due because they were not aware that it was all going to be due at the end of the forbearance relief. Now, why is this happening? Because when you have some type of relief, there has to be there's no way that you're not going to pay. And what world do we live in where you don't have to pay your mortgage or you don't have to pay your rent? There's always going to be something on the back end of that. So what we're going to start seeing is people going in foreclosure because of this, because they are now in what's called the forbearance trap. So the mortgage payment's due in 3 months. For the 3 months you haven't paid, you can't pay it, you're going to have to go into foreclosure, okay? And your home's going to have to be put on the market, and the mortgage company's going to try and have to make that money back. And that is what would happen if you didn't pay your mortgage payments, because you don't just get left untouched for anything. What's happening with the banks now? As you see, the banks are getting stricter on the qualifications for your loan. Your debt to income ratio has to be better. Some mortgage companies won't even pre-approve you unless you have a 700 credit score. Okay, so it's getting harder for new homeowners to get in a home. It's getting harder for a homeowner to keep their home if they fell into the forbearance trap. And our interest rates are at an all-time low. How are our interest rates at an all-time low if homeowners are going to have trouble keeping their home due to the forbearance relief and not paying their mortgages, and buyers coming into the market are having a harder time getting financed to buy a home? So the interest rates are at an all-time low. How is that? Because the Federal Reserve just bought $2.1 trillion of notes, mortgage-backed securities, and treasuries. So that's what's keeping the rates low. So what I'm letting you know is you're going to start seeing some foreclosures popping up because of the forbearance trap. So what I want you guys to know is if you are in a situation where you want to go into forbearance, please look at the fine print. You have to see and know exactly what, you can't think in the next 30 days. You have to think longer than that, okay? If you get a 30-day relief, well, what if the next 6 months of your life are way harder than you'd like them to be? Guys, you got to focus on your money. Focus on how you're going to be okay and stable. And make sure that every step you take is in a forward direction, okay? Because everything that's here to help you, going to assist you, and not every time is going to actually be and do what they say they're going to do. So you guys got to watch your back, because I'm looking out for your well-being through the trials and tribulations I'm going through. Guys, if you have any questions, comment below, like, subscribe. I'll have more for you later. Let's go!